Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Cbrev. Welcome to another MLB The Show 19 card review. Today I'm going to be going over 99 overall finest Jacob DeGrom. This card is obtainable through getting 300 stars in the 9th inning program, or you can buy him off the marketplace. He's currently selling for around 80,000 stubs. So my review of this card is that he was pretty okay. I'd say he's slightly above average. There are definitely better pitchers in the game. There are some things that this card does well, and there are some things that this card does not do well, so I'll get into that. Most of the pros with this card, what he does well is what you can see on screen. He has great attributes, very good control from the windup, not so much from the stretch. I'll get into that later. Also, his hits per 9, K per 9 are pretty high for a starting pitcher, so that's good at allowing your PCI or your opponent's PCI to be a lot smaller. Some cons against this card is mostly his stuff. I didn't find his stuff too exciting. He can gun it up to 99 miles an hour with his fastball, which is nice, but his two-seamer doesn't have a lot of movement at all. It's kind of just a throwaway pitch. And also he throws a very hard slider, which usually I recommend throwing those up in the zone because they're pretty effective, but for some reason this card specifically lost a ton of break when you tried to throw the slider up in the zone. You'll see when I'm using classic pitching in the clips, but this card just wasn't very good at throwing the hard slider high, which I think is a detriment to him. Additionally, his changeup was pretty hard as well. 87 is a pretty hard changeup, so going to be giving up a lot of foul tips even on early swings. And his curveball actually surprised me. His curveball has a pretty good amount of break. I thought it was a pretty good pitch, but overall, I know it's kind of a Reddit meme at this point, but this card just doesn't have good enough speed differential to be super effective, in my opinion. What I found was happening with this card is that I was getting foul tipped to death on early swings and late swings, and then eventually I'd just leave one over the heart of the plate and they'd kill me on it. It just seems like he's not very good at getting swings and misses. That was just my experience with this card. Also, going back to pitching from the stretch, I thought it was pretty difficult. His delivery from the stretch is kind of awkward and hard to time up using analog pitching, and I found myself struggling to locate pitching from the stretch. So if you're struggling as well, maybe just try slide stepping every time, but that's almost worse in my opinion. I just thought this card was infinitely better with nobody on base, and pitching from the stretch was kind of difficult. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about him. Pretty good. I would still rate him in probably the top 20 starting pitchers in the game, maybe top 15. Just not one of those guys that's going to carry you through a game, I don't think. So, as always, we'll rate the card how he rates in the meta, and we'll rate him compared to how much he costs. How he rates in the meta, I'll give him a B+, probably the second part of Tier 2, in my opinion. Pretty good, but not amazing. And for how much he costs, 80K, I'll give him a B, because 80K is kind of a lot to spend on a starting pitcher. So I think he goes down a little bit, but he's probably pretty close to what he's worth. So I hope you all enjoyed this card review. Let me know down in the comment section below who you want me to review in the next video. Enjoy the clips after this, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Stepping in, Ernie Banks, runner in scoring position with two gone. Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
When hitters are able to lay off curveballs and get themselves into good counts because of it, you're in pretty big trouble as a pitcher. A lot of guys rely on their opponents offering at that pitch, even when it's not in a good location to hit.
3-1 to him now. He's set. The 3-1. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now. 3-2.
You know he wants to end this inning right.
And we'll have to line safe at second base. He's set. Here it comes. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
This isn't my problem, dude. I don't think I've ever been ahead in the count when they have a runner in scoring position.
Line down the left field line. But this is going to get fouled. Real Muto, a runner at second with 1 away. Fouled away.
Ellipsis.
So stepping in, Cody Bellinger, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 now. 2 out here and a runner at second.
Ellipsis.
Slide